When I think it was 19, I was second year in college, I remember, and I was doing a law degree, and it was Easter Sunday, and something happened to me. I can remember the moment who I was with, where I was, even what I was reading, and it was a moment of a sense of almost my name being called, not obviously in my ears, but that sort of vivid sense, and knowing I had to do something about it, and finding my way for some reason to Gardiner Street, the Jesuit church in Dublin, which I didn't know where it was. I knew no Jesuits. I had read about them all right when I was doing my leaving cert, a group who had been suppressed and in effect come back from the dead. I suppose that kind of intrigued me. And really that was the beginning of my journey. I met this elderly man in Gardiner Street who it turns out was ordained with a granduncle of mine who was a priest, but I didn't know he was a Jesuit. He had died long before I was born, so I didn't know him personally. So that was the beginning of a journey. I finished up my law degree. I remember being asked, do I want to join now or finish up, what I was doing, and I decided that I wanted to do that. But afterwards I didn't want to have anything more to do with the law, except I remember Paddy Doyle, who was one of our superiors, saying to me, we'll need lawyers, in a very friendly, slightly teasing sort of way. And I knew then that, okay. And from there I got into, when my studies were finished, I was lecturing in law in what is now the National College of Ireland. And after a number of years I wanted to do something more pastoral, more in immediate contact with people on the edges. So I started working in the Jesuit parish in Gardiner Street, and got into the whole anti-drugs movement, a group called the Citywide Drugs Crisis Campaign. And out of that really has developed the work I'm doing now, which is a project on democracy. It's called the Conversation on Democracy in Ireland. It involves developing networks with politicians and public servants and community leaders. And it's something that I feel very graced and grateful to be doing. I feel it fits my talents. It's something that probably very few, if anyone else, can actually do. I've written a book on the subject, which is also I'm very proud of. And I feel it's part of the whole experimental way that is part of being a Jesuit. That's one thing we do, we experiment. And that's one thing that drew me to the society at the start. That sense of being experimenters. Well, that's it really.